Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, August 27th out here in Saskatchewan. Summer's been flying by, I don't know where it went. Just been busy on the farm the entire summer. But we're gonna grab 2 more loads of pea straw bales off the field and that should be it. And then we're gonna drop that wagon off, get the liquid manure tanker hooked up to this thing and start hauling liquid manure maybe today. I don't know what the plan is exactly. We might have to go and bale some straw. We'll see what the day holds. A couple days ago I was hauling bales and I was in the field picking up a bale with the arm of the bale wagon and the tractor just died. It was like glug, glug, done. And I looked over at the fuel gauge and I run the tractor empty. So still catches me off guard sometimes. I literally said it in a video like a week ago probably that this tractor, the fuel gauge is not accurate, but I let it run down to that 1/8 of a tank mark, which is actually empty on this tractor. So it's just, you know, picking up a load here and there, you don't really pay attention to the fuel level, and then you gotta call dad and he's gotta come and pick you up, and he looks at you with the look and why don't I check the fuel level? Well, that is the last load of pea straw bales. We're taking it back to the yard. I didn't show this in the recent tour video I made, but we park a bunch of equipment back behind the equipment shed. We're gonna drop the wagon off here and pick up the liquid tanker. Well, we've got our liquid manure tanker hooked up. It's always fun to try and figure out which hydraulics are doing what. So I gotta have one on a constant flow for the steering of the tank. And I always just start driving, turn, and see if my wheels are turning back there on the wagon. They are not, so I'll switch the hydraulic the other way. And now they're turning, so. When I want the wheels on the tank to turn, I gotta have this hydraulic forward. And for the rest, that's pretty much all there is to hooking this liquid manure tank up. PTO's hooked up, and then there's another set of hydraulics for the valve on top. Never really touched that, so it's only the steering, and then of course maintenance it. Put some grease to it, check the tires, make sure all your tires have enough tire pressure in there so that you're not filling the tank and then you have a flat tire, and you don't want to be in that situation. It's a high stress situation that you do not need to put yourself into. I'm gonna set up the liquid manure pump now. We're gonna be putting the versatile in front of it. The pump is still on the ramp at the lagoon, so I think it should be pretty easy to get hooked up. All typical Sunday afternoon fashion. They're about to start the afternoon milking shift and there's no water anywhere in the barn. So just showed up, gotta figure this out. First thing you always do is there water in my reservoir? Okay, well, at least we know why there's no water. It's because that thing is right empty. So the quick solution for us here, we have the second water system in the old part of the barn, in the old bulk tank room. That's still all intact running, so we'll probably just switch that over to here. Long story short, what happened with our water system here, this is a straight well water tank, and the one back there is treated. That's water that's gone through all the filters here. So this pump is plate cooler water, goes through the basement, cools the milk down, comes into this tank. It gets pumped out of this tank into the filters, and then goes into the clean water tank. And it's pumped out of the clean water tank then for use in the barn for the wash cycles and just general use around the entire barn. The pump in this tank right here, the straight well water tank, that quit working, so it's no longer pumping to our filters and filling that tank. So our clean water tank is empty right now, and we are able to open up, like I said, a valve here, and that connects it to the old barn, but it's connected directly to the pump in that old barn too, so it's kind of weak. It doesn't have a lot of pressure, and it's not really enough to do everything that we need it to, but it does get us by. So that's temporary. We can milk cows, we can wash the system, it'll go, but we need to get this working as quickly as possible. This is the pump from inside that tank, the raw water tank. So yeah, where we're at right now, this pump is not pushing water through the filters to fill our clean tank. So we're trying to figure out exactly why that's not happening. It is a relatively new pump, so we're not too concerned about the pump itself being shot. We're also checking the wires here. There are some splices in the wire that hang out in the water all day long. So we're just making sure that all these splices look like there's no water in there, because that could cause it. Make sure the wiring looks all good and intact still, and it does. So the next thing we're looking at, there's a control panel here, and we're pretty sure that controls that pump. So Dad's looking to check if we have a spare one of those. Quick way to check if the control panel is good or not: you open it, smell in there. If it smells like burnt electrical wires or something, then you know, okay, something's up in there. Doesn't really smell like that in there though. I don't know. Well, that's the beauty of being a dairy farmer. It's 5 o'clock on Sunday, everything's closed. We think all we need to do is get a new control box, and that is right here. Cue the control box. We're gonna try and buy a new one of those and put it on. Hopefully that fixes it. But of course, water pump place is closed. Home Depot doesn't stock it right now. Apparently, check their website, said it's discontinued or only available online. So I don't know. We should be able to limp by with the water from the other barn until tomorrow morning, and then we'll make a service call, or Dad will go try and find one of those in the city. Back at the manure pump, gonna try and get this thing finished off. Last thing I really got to do is hook up this pipe to the pump. Let's get her done. Oh yeah. All right, as far as I know, we're ready to pump with it. I'm probably gonna get the question, how much manure do we produce a day? So the two barns, the pack barn and the freestall barn, it looks like we're producing around 10,000 Canadian gallons a day. And our lagoon is about 2 million gallons worth of storage. So some quick math, we'll do 3.6 million gallons a year, I guess. So we almost have to empty this lagoon twice a year completely. But the problem is we have the sand in there, and that settles down to the bottom. So when we do empty it out, we can't empty it 100% of the way like we did this spring and again this summer and now again, until we can get into it this fall with that lagoon crawler. And then hopefully we can empty it down all the way. And just a quick point of reference, that quad axle Lagoon tanker that we have is 7,900 Canadian gallons. So one of those tanks in a quarter a day.
And I phoned him, he left a message, so I phoned him back. And he says it was the contacts in the pressure switch down by there's those two blue tanks.
Oh yeah.
And the one over that is a pressure switch for that on off. And he says sometimes they're burned. And we usually only use half, so if you move the wires over to the other half, it might work. So I switched them over, worked. So I probably would have had a new pressure switch like that. Anyway, it's working now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Dad just told us he got it figured out. That is the way to sell to a dairy farmer. It doesn't matter what color of equipment. Price is sometimes important, but at the end of the day, providing customer service 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, that is that's ideal. So Dad called the plumber that installed it, and he got on the phone with Dad, walked him through something, and that fixed the problem. So Sunday afternoon, it's almost 6 o'clock now, and we got it figured out because of them. So that is that's cool. That's what you need. Seems like just yesterday we were right here doing the same thing. Let's get that pump fired up. Right on, seems to be doing good. Tank's full, went good. That's cool. We're gonna bring it out to the field. Hopefully that goes good too. We're just gonna do the one load tonight. I gotta bed up the straw packs in our pack barn, and we also gotta needle some cows for our breeding program. I just wanna make sure this is ready to go so I can get in this tractor whenever I want, whenever I have some spare time over the next couple days, and haul a few loads out. Well, that's the first tank we dumped. Everything went pretty good. So that thing's good to go. It's parked beside the bunning manure spreader right now. That thing always looks big, but it just looks like a baby parked beside the liquid manure tank. Let's go bug Miriam. How's milking going? You're kind of late.
It's not my fault you didn't fix it quick enough.
Oh yeah. Dad got it figured out, hey? We're gonna put some bedding in our milking straw pack here. This one's getting dirty pretty quick now, just because we have so many cows in here. The maternity pack stays clean like more than twice as long. That's a cute looking calf. Red and white Holstein. Hopefully it's a heifer. Right on, well there's our dude.
He's back in the uterus.
Wow. It's a good looking dude.
He's really cute, yeah.
They will obviously want the heifers. All the little buggers. Probably the last thing we're gonna do today is put bedding in our rental barn here.